Troy Sage.
And I'm Andrew Smith. And
Roland. What's up?
We're going to talk about marketing.
Let's talk about marketing. I love marketing. I absolutely freak out and go crazy about marketing. I love it.
How do you feel about marketing?
I love marketing.
What type of marketing do you
Any
love?
kind of marketing.
That's awesome.
But preferably marketing that's successful. It gives me a return on my investment.
Well, isn't that the point?
Yeah, and cheap, inexpensive, or free marketing is absolutely my favorite. What's with this chair? There we go. Gotta rock out.
You're having chair issues today. I love it. What we want to talk about in marketing today is a couple of different types. We've talked about before that, sellers are going into foreclosure and they don't realize that they can do a short sale for no cost. We're going to build on that theme and say, okay, how do we let them know that they can do a short sale at no cost? And this is all based upon information.
Yeah, door knock.
It's a question of getting that information out. So what we wanted to talk about today was a few ideas for getting that information out.
Let's tell them all the ideas. People are, I can feel it now. We're going to upload this video. People are going to be like, what are the ideas? We get this every day, don't we? What do you guys do to market to get short sales? We market. Well, what do you do? What do you do? So if you're watching right now and you're chewing your fingernails going, what is it? Thing number one, what do?
We put out a video.
We put out videos. Number two, we call our past clients. Number three, we do postcards. Number four, we do flyers. And then also we do radio commercials that absolutely didn't work for me, but we also do that. We do garage sales. We do Toys for Tots. We do so much stuff. But you want me to slow down? Because I know that they're not going to be able to write this down.
They can't take notes this fast. All right, so the bottom line on all of this is nobody at all is going to call you and ask for help if they don't know who you are.
What?
Or they don't know that help is available.
If I just wrap my car that says short sale guru, they're just not going to call me?
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think so. You've got to get the information out. But remember, you're dealing with you're dealing with people that quite often they're confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know that they have options. You're trying to attract people at this point. You're not trying to sell them on anything. You're trying to attract them to you. And there's, you just rattled off a bunch of them. There's several different ways to do this. Information is key. You can run a Craigslist ad. On trouble in your mortgage, find out how to get out of it for free. Whatever the little headline you want to come up with, we recommend that you get flyers printed. Take the flyers from door to door, neighborhood to neighborhood, and go, it's very important if you approach somebody, do you or anyone that you know having trouble with a mortgage right now, that you want to know what your options are.
Yeah.
You can do direct mail pieces with the exact same sort of thing on it. Don't just turn around on a direct mail piece or on a flyer and go, I know short sales, call me. Again.
Well, you can.
You can. I don't think you're going to get many calls.
No. Most people don't know what a short sale is.
Exactly, and they're going to want to know. It's the same adage, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? You've got to, anytime you come up with something, you've got to be able to say, the person reading this needs to be able to answer that question. So if you've got someone that owes more on their house than it's worth, they're struggling. They don't know what the options are, and a marketing piece comes across to them that says, are you struggling on your mortgage? Do you want to know what your options are to avoid foreclosure? Visit whatever the website is or call for free information.
Right.
That's the type of thing that's going to get to them.
I read this book called Made to Stick. Have you read that?
I have read that.
It is an awesome book, and it gives all kinds of situations of how little things that happen in our lives that stick in our brains forever. And that's what you need to do as an agent. I think a lot of agents forget that you're marketing you and your services. And really, what are we besides knowing contracts? We're customer service facilitators. We're in the relationship type business.
Exactly.
So it's all in your approach. And we've talked about this in our training classes, that you and I and 10 other agents can take 12 homes on the same street and hold open houses the same day and busload people in, and we're all going to attract different types of people.
Exactly.
So your marketing has to be very specific, very clear and concise, and it has to pique their interest. And like you said, it's got to be information based. One thing that I would totally veer away from it is empty promises. I can get you $3,000 and get you out of your home today.
Yeah.
You don't want to do stuff like that. Another thing that we found really helpful is when you're doing open houses on your current listings, whether they're standard sales, REOs, or short sales, is actually market the open house to the neighborhood.
Well, make it an event.
Yeah.
First of all. Don't just sit there and throw a few signs up on the day of and expect a bunch of people to go in there. Again, run a Craigslist ad. Many of the virtual tour websites or many of the other websites will allow you to post open houses. Many MLSs now will allow you to post open houses. You can do all of those things. You can do door hangers, if you like, to the entire neighborhood. Everyone likes to pick their neighbors. You can do a direct mail piece, invite people, do a drawing, do a giveaway, have information there, a sign-up sheet. Do you or anyone you know need help with their current situation?
Right. Or do you or anyone you know struggling to make a mortgage payment? So in the open house, you want to have short sale information there. You want to have local market information there. I don't want to get the whole open house education video on this, but provide something. How many of you, and I hope I get emails on this, I want you to think about the last 30 days in which you've been out working, or maybe before you started real estate. How many of you would go into an open house and the agent was sitting in the kitchen watching television or hanging out in the backyard and didn't even approach you? Add it up for me. I want to know, like, how many of you have ever experienced that? I mean, that is exactly why when I moved here to California, I went through an open house and the guy did that to me. Matter of fact, he sent me, to a new build as if I couldn't afford the home. He says, here's a map to where they're building new stuff. I don't know if this house suits your needs. Whatever.
The bottom line is, you got to remember, people are driving around and they're going to go to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 open houses. Why are they going to work with you? Because every agent's going to ask them the exact same thing.
Right.
What are you looking for? How many homes have you been through today?
Right.
I mean, make it interesting. Give them something of value. And, invariably we are going to get feedback on this, and we're going to get the question, because we always do. Hey guys, saw your video on marketing or saw these ideas. What's the one thing that you would do? What's the one thing?
I would market.
Exactly. The one thing is to market. And then they go, well, how would you market? We've given you several ideas. Troy talked about a great book, Made to Stick. Another great book out there is called The Tipping Point. And in there, it very clearly explains it isn't any one thing that you do. It's a culmination of things that you do. Each one builds upon the other until eventually it reaches a tipping point. It's like pushing that rock uphill, pushing. Eventually you get to the top and it starts to roll down. People have to talk about what you're sending out. And if you go through a neighborhood and you do one set of door hangers, or you try door knocking once and go, well, that didn't work. Of course it didn't work. It's not going to work on the first time. If you're running Craigslist ads, run them constantly. Change the ad up. Run them every day. Yep. If you're doing open houses, have something there. Try something new. Keep it going. You've got to keep the momentum going, and you've got to work to get that information out there.
Whew. Marketing, I love it, man.
It is. It's a great topic.
I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about marketing ideas.
So, if you've got some great marketing material, or you've got some information that's really worked for you, or some ideas, share them.
Or something that hasn't worked.
Something that hasn't worked. We'd love to hear about that too. www.s2neg.com. Love your feedback. Love your comments.
Thanks for stopping by, and send us an email.
See ya.